This is a Travis Reynolds Dreamcatcher. It's pretty much the polar opposite of my glider, but man, it is super fun.
Hi, I'm Miles, and I really like surfboards. Welcome to the Magic Board Quest.
The Dreamcatcher is a very classic glider that rolls through the lineup with authority. It cuts through the water in a beautiful way only a big, heavy glider can. When it comes to ease, it's getting a 4. As gliders go, it's actually fairly easy, but that being said, it is a glider and it is a lot of board. And then for speed, it's getting a 10.5. This thing is faster than a bat out of hell, but it's just slightly less fast than my epoxy glider. And then for turns, it's getting a 4. And again, as gliders go, it turns well, but swinging an 11-foot board around takes some work. And then for magic, it's getting a 10. This board is really, really awesome. I know 2 4s may not seem super good, but this board is fully epic. And then for the matrix, it's going up and to the left. It's fast and can be tricky to turn. It's a little slower than my glider, and I would say it turns about the same. When it comes to outline, this is a very traditional skip fry inspired eagle type of shape with parallel rails and the pin nose and tail. The idea here is when you're going straight, you're on that really straight rail just flying. And then when you get on the tail, you've got all that tail curve to turn. And then in the rocker department, the deck is fairly flat, but riding it, it really felt like it had enough rocker, and I never really had any issues burying the nose. That being said, it's definitely flat and definitely fast. Then I'm trying out a new angle here so you can see the rocker from the front. And then the rails are pretty classic Travis from what I've felt. There's a bit of a point somewhere in there, kind of reminiscent of a fry rail, but overall they're really beautiful. Then looking at the business end, it's got this real nice pointed pintail, and it's got an 8.5-inch skip fry fin, which seems small for an 11-foot board, but you're really relying on your rail line to turn. Also in the shot, you can really see how much tail rocker there is. And it's got this really sick Dreamcatcher drawing on it.
All right, already pretty bellied. Yep, good amount belly. Oh, and then it goes flat. This is, I don't know, a third of the way into almost like double. And then starts going spiral V. Also, 3 feet up. And then just mega V in the tail. So epic. Whoops. And then V out the back.
And another bike ride feature just because it's been so freaking nice lately. All right, all aboard the Trimline Express. This freight train can catch any wave bigger than a speed bump. It's got that really, really classic glider feel that swoops and cuts through the water, drawing big lines. This board is large and in charge. When it comes to going down the line, gliding is the name of the game with this board. It just has that buttery, smooth, floating feeling, just carries momentum and cuts through the water, and just, has that really classic glide feeling. Then when it comes to turns, this beast actually turns well. Just doing so requires you step really hard on the tail and are patient with that swing weight. To be honest, I was surprised it turns about as well as my glider, which has a totally different tail shape. I will say, if you're glider curious, learning how to ride a glider and turn a glider has really helped me turn all my other boards. If you can swing this thing around, you can swing anything around.
So it's quite a bit bigger, heavier, more V, a bit narrower. Kind of rides with that momentum. Doesn't accelerate very quickly, but it carries it through sections and just like cuts through the water. More kind of classic eagle style.
So I just had an interesting experience. The nose, it's just perfectly shaped that when you go to the bottom, it doesn't dig. It just misses that inside scoop of the wave, which is super nice.
When it comes to waves, I would unfortunately say a point break is a must with this board. It's not going to like a dumpy beach break. And I rode it in 0 foot basically up to waist shoulder high, and it performed excellent, and my friend Sal says it goes really well overhead. I would love to try it in big surf. And that being said, this board is a bit more of a novelty. I personally love gliders, but they can be hard to surf and are not for the faint of heart. The reality is they're massive and can be tricky to ride, so I wouldn't recommend them to just everyone. So that's the Travis Reynolds Dreamcatcher. It's a really great board, and I had a ton of fun on it.
All right, thanks for joining me on the quest for the magic board. We'll catch you next time.